Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper. Today I'll be reviewing the Dragonborn DLC quest, which was released back in December of 2012 for Skyrim. Now, this is the last of the Skyrim DLC packs, and like I said in the Hearthfire DLC quest review, this is like kind of changes from number 3 or 2, depending on what I'm feeling. When it comes to like Hearthfire or the Dragonborn quest, because of how they are told. And the main plot of this quest is that this other Dragonborn is trying to revive himself and trying to go back into the real world, and he has help from this whole separate island that's separated from Skyrim, as well as I think a god. I can't exactly remember the name of the god. And for this, I think it's an interesting plot, because it's kind of like you're fighting another version of yourself, because this other guy is also a Dragonborn and he can also absorb dragon souls, and I think that's an intimidating sort of villain for Skyrim, because if you look at the villains in Skyrim, like if you look at like some of the villains in that game, you've got like Alduin, who's basically a dragon. You've got the other Dragonborn, and you've got the Vampire Lord in the Dawnguard quest. And I think those kinds of villains are quite interesting, because like you've got a world-ending dragon, a Vampire Lord, and basically another version of yourself. And I think that's really cool because of how different each villain that you come across is, and how you have to fight each one in order to protect Skyrim, whether it's, you know, using the power of the voice, using Dawnguard weapons and weaponry and trolls and stuff like that, or whether it's just using the power of, again, the dragons and the power of the voice and stuff like that. And so yeah, and I think the whole island is quite interesting, because it's basically like this sort of like desolate island filled with all these other people just mindlessly doing the guide's bidding and trying to build like these structures in order to resurrect him and stuff like that. And now it's time for some gameplay.
So with the Dragonborn quest, I think you have to, in order to start it, you have to finish off a specific main quest, I think, and reach a specific level. I think level 9, I can't exactly remember. But but then you'll be approached by these two members from an island called Solstheim, and they'll tell you that the true Dragonborn Mirak, I think, is returning, and that you're the false one. So again, like with the other two, with the other two quests, no, that's the wrong one. With the other two quests, you are given this one, at a specific point in the game, and I think it's quite interesting, and I think it's quite nice. And I think that the whole interaction thing, like the setup, then you doing the quest is quite interesting because you're drawn to this island, or you have to go to this island in this random part of Skyrim that I don't think a lot of people know about in the main game. In like, if you ask any of the characters that you see, they don't really know about it. And yeah, I think it's a nice sort of like, oh, it's just this island no one has heard of, and it's filled with like, and it's got like this crazy pattern, I think. And when you do get into, because from what I can remember from playing part of it, I haven't really played a lot of the Dragonborn quest, but from what I can remember, as soon as you talk with Mirak, I think that's the main sort of Dragonborn guy, the evil Dragonborn guy. There was one point in it where I I don't like about it is like, it's that it's after you first interact with him, he will, after you've beaten some dragons, he will take their soul and stuff. And I feel like that's kind of annoying because like he'll just take the souls that you needed for a specific shout.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
Where's that then?
Surprised you've never heard of it.
So as I said before, not a lot of people know really about what Solstheim is. So I think it's like a nice sort of like, oh, a good bit of lore that no one has really heard of this place. No one knows about. Why don't you go back?
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on.
So he knows about the masks. About the masked guys who come for you. They're coming for you.
There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim.
So there's a reason why this guy doesn't want to go back. I think it's like cursed or something because of Mirak.
Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there.
So I'll see ya. This.
Man's got to make a living after all. Fine.
So you can either persuade, intimidate, or just give this guy some money to basically go to Solstheim and just try and figure out what's going on. And it kind of reminds me, this part kind of reminds me of an arc from Fairy Tail, in which I think it's the second arc, in which Natsu, Lucy, Happy, Grey and Ursa have to try and stop this sort of like these bunch of wizards from resurrecting an evil demon, and basically and what's happening is kind of making a curse fall on the island that they're on. And it kind of reminds me of this kind of reminds me of that.
Well, here we are.
And yeah, so this is what it looks like.
I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
It's basically a sort of mystery sort of quest sort of thing. And it's kind of, and again, it's really interesting. Like in that you have to do, try and like figure out what's going on, ask around and stuff like that. And if you look on the main map, you can see that this map is very different to Skyrim. So let's just go back to Skyrim. No, wrong one. Anyway, I'll just show you the original map of Skyrim. So yeah, this is what the original map looks like. This is a lot larger than Solstheim, so yeah. So that's been it for the gameplay. Now it's time to go back to the review.
So overall, I think that the Dragonborn quest is an interesting bit of DLC because of the way it's used and how it can play out. And I also enjoy the way that there's like I think you can get like more shouts from this DLC when you're on the island, and I think it's quite cool and interesting to see like new monsters, new characters, new lore added to the game and other stuff. I think it's really fun and really cool and interesting, and I think it's a good bit of DLC. It's not as good as like the Dawn Guard quest in my opinion, because I do like the Dawn Guard quest. I think it's the best out of the 3 DLC Skyrim quests, and I think for Dragonborn it could have been a teeny little bit better in my opinion. Maybe if we had heard about the other Dragonborn and like let's say a passing dialogue from one of the creepers or something like like let's say, oh, you're not the only Dragonborn, but there has been a Dragonborn that used his power for bad instead of good or something like that, and I think that would be a lot better, like in my opinion. So overall I think the Dragonborn quest is good, but not as good as the Dawn Guard. So yeah, that's been my review for the Dragonborn DLC pack. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.